Are you serious? Are you serious? The Illuminati! What?
You are you going to screen share on this, or
Yeah, I got a video. Hopefully it'll work. It's the portal over the White House. So wild stuff.
Okay,
You ready?
let's do it.
Do you want to introduce or me?
Well, I mean, since you're basically going to be the information guy, I'll be the question guy, so that makes me the host, right?
Did I look frozen?
That was good. That was good.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Contact.
Hi, my name is Brad Hightower, and I'm going to be your host today. And I'm with Sean Bennett, and I'm going to be questioning him about portals and what that means and what it represents in the Bible, and what is the truth and the reality of it. And truth is stranger than fiction sometimes, folks. And the reality is the spiritual warfare that we're under is a lot more relevant and right in front of your face than you might want to comprehend. So Sean has got a little presentation today. I'm going to grill him with questions, the things that I think the audience would want to know and to discern, and how this plays in our lives. Okay.
Yeah.
So without further announcements and introduction, Sean Bennett, take over.
All right. Well, don't grill me because you know more about this subject than I do. So I'm going to show you a video, and I want to get your take on it since you're way more studied on this area than I am. Let's go. Okay, guys. So Roger Stone says that there's a portal over the White House, a demonic porthole, and he says it's been there ever since the Biden have moved in. And I've known about it since about July when CERN did their thing. Do you know what day that was?
I'm not sure on that. We'll probably look that up when we do it, when we put that in.
Yeah, I think it's like July 5th or something is when they tried to redo their CERN thing. So let's listen to what Roger says. Okay.
When you're talking about the supernatural, there are a lot of people that go, oh, I don't know, that sounds weird to me. You were talking about something extraordinary, and I just love you to touch on that subject because it's at least very interesting.
I think that there has that a portal, a demonic portal, opened above the White House around the time that the Bidens moved in. This was brought to my attention by a Christian who lives in North Florida, who sent me a bunch of photographs and a bunch of documents, and also some notations in the Bible about portals. And I was like, okay, sure. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you should start out by being skeptical.
I was extremely skeptical.
That sounds insane to me.
That's exactly what I did.
But please continue.
So I was skeptical about it. But I looked at the photos, and you can also, there's a live cam where you can actually see in real time, and there does appear to be something, above the White House.
Something inexplicable.
Well,
now, Roger Stone is talking about the live cam that Google used to have and these other ones. You could physically go and watch the live cam daily, day and night. It was live video. They've taken that camera out now. You can't find live video of the White House anymore, ever since he announced there's a portal over it. I'll continue the video.
Well, at first you say, well, maybe it's a reflection. Maybe it's an aerostat balloon. Maybe there's a logical. So I called a police officer I know, works in Arlington. It's a friend of mine. And I said, look, do me a favor. Would you go down and check this out? He said, are you out of your mind? I said, no, just humor me. Just humor me. Go down there and check it out and tell me call me back and tell me what you see.
Right.
And take photos. And he called me back about 2.5 hours later and he said, you're not going to believe this, but There's definitely something there, and it's there. He said other people were there photographing it. One man called and said, "You can see it day or night. It's like a smudge in the sky, almost like a cloud that doesn't move. But when you zoom in on it with a telephonic lens, it's swirling like a cauldron."
Now, wait a minute. So this is like, what, 8 months ago?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a cop
Yes.
telling you that he doesn't know what the heck it is, but
it's something.
But yeah, there's something there.
Correct. And therefore,
has this persisted?
Yes, it's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
Okay, that's nuts. Like, how has the media not covered this?
Well, the media doesn't cover a lot of things that are true.
Okay, so yeah, Roger Stone says the media doesn't cover a lot of things that aren't true. That camera used to be up. I could go there and watch it day or night, and I would see that portal there.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There's always been energy in ley lines. Okay, we have these starports that were there. The Statue of Liberty's on one, which that is just Colossus. It's not Grando, Great Liberty America. It's basically an androgynous drag queen out there with the light of Lucifer. Okay.
Okay.
A lot of people won't agree with that, but do your research.
You say the gods are even influencing the rulings of the Supreme Court, and they've determined the exact timing of those rulings?
Yeah, since these things happened, there's been 3 landmark cases that have to do with gender and, all these things, same-sex and marriage. The first one was in 2003, had to do with legalizing. It happened in the ancient month of Tammuz. That's the lover of Ishtar. The next one happened in 2013, struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. That happened same month, same exact day, month of the goddess, time of the summer solstice, all these pagan things. The last one, which struck down marriage, we all remember that. That happened month of the goddess, days of the goddess, same time, same date, June 26th. That night, all over America, rainbows appear. And one of them appears on the White House. Remember that? On the ancient calendar, I looked this up, was the night that is appointed, the 10th of Tammuz, appointed to cast a spell to cause a man to love a man on that day.
So, I mean, I know that's a heavy hitter, fact check it on me, but we have portals in different areas. It's just like the degrees. If you take like the 33rd parallel line around the world, you'll see all these bad things, from the Kennedy assassination to the Guidestones of Georgia to out there where they have the Lucifer telescope from the Catholic Church they have out there.
Right.
And just a lot of bad things. Even where America dropped the nuclear bomb in Japan?
Nagasaki, I believe, and Hiroshima.
Yeah. Hiroshima. That's on the 33rd parallel, and I believe the Tower of Babel was on that. I mean, if you look at these things, and we know that we have the dead zone, silent in Mexico, where no technology will work there. You can't.
Wow.
Zone of silence. Dead. Total dead zone.
Well, here I've got this video here. This dude, this is his actual video of the porthole.
Roger Stone claims that there's a demonic portal above the White House. Before you say he's totally wackadoo nuts, take a look at the video footage.
See it right there by his ear?
I shot this myself. What the f*** is that? Right above the White House. Just like you said, swirling. Creepy.
Well, here's a closer view of the 2 nighttime pictures of this portal. Here it is, right here, right above the White House. These are the nighttime videos. This is a daytime video, but right here, it's a little harder to see, but it's even there during the day. So yeah, when that website was up, I could go there day or night, and I would see that portal. And now that they've taken the website down, they won't show it.
Well, I mean, let's just read this. This is Psalms 78:23. Yet he have gave me a command to the skies above and opened the doors of the heavens. He rained down manna for the people. He gave them a grain of heaven. Okay. it's literally, I mean, it's not lying there. It's not a parable.
Right.
Manna came down and fed the people. All right. We know that there's the stars in the skies. And this is something where, you know, I mean, I don't know if you want me to say this on that, but I believe in a geocentric cosmology. You're on the heliocentric cosmology. Mm-hmm. And we see that kind of different how that works. But obviously, you know, the stars above are a second heaven. Okay, the wars. Okay, and basically stars, if you can even get on a telescope, they're plasma, just reflecting off water. Okay?
Right.
And so, with saying that, it's a celestial battle, and the Mazzaroth is telling, you know, there's a language in the sky, mm-hmm. in different seasons and where the stars are, the constellations are at a certain time, and the moon and the sun have different patterns. And okay, we have, you know, shooting stars, fallen stars, and then also we have places in Marfa, Texas, and Sedona, Arizona, where they see these lights that look like orbs that come through.
Yeah.
We have the northern lights, you know, and how that's explained, which my theory is it's reflection of the heavens. The North Star never moves. It's above it. I think there's something there. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't say 100% because these are my theories. But I think there's definitely something to it. But we know that the way the pyramids were laid throughout the world and these different ley lines, there was different electromagnetism that was stronger or weaker at certain points.
What is the exact latitude of Khufu? When you look at Khufu in Google Earth, you will find out that when the satellite took photos of this region, it was not exactly above Giza, but a little more to the south. So when you locate the peak of Khufu, you do not locate the center of Khufu. The center of this most magnificent structure on Earth is not at this latitude I show here, which is numerically similar to the speed of light, but at this latitude I show here. According to the rounding rules, is this number rounded to this number, as well as this number is also rounded to this number. The last 2 to 3 digits do not really count because they are in the margin of error. What counts is the location I show here, 29.9792, which is very close to the center of Khufu. And this is also numerically very close to the speed of light. Is this coincidence? The numerical match is simply astonishing. At first hand, there seems to be very little space for coincidence, just 0.00011%. However, this number is not correct. It needs some adjustments. Besides the speed of light, there are more important constants. Constants like pi, c, the speed of light in a vacuum, e, the natural logarithm phi, the golden ratio, that makes the incredible latitudinal match with the speed of light suddenly not to look so coincidental anymore. How large are the odds that such a match can be just coincidental? The question that we could ask is also, why would one build such a massive structure here in the middle of nowhere? Why there and why not here? Or here? Or here? Unless it is for a reason, and a very good reason. Is this massive device built to be a message as well? And for that we have to dig a little deeper. And because we were already digging for many years, we discovered this. Did you know that the ancient latitude of Teotihuacan, which was oriented to pole 3, was also close to this latitude? Its latitude was also rounded to 29.9 degrees. And that is an intriguing discovery because the pyramid configurations have similarities as well. We think that Teotihuacan was Giza's predecessor, built between 240,000 and 270,000 years ago. Giza cannot be older than 26,000 years because of its cardinal orientation. Back to the probability of Khufu's latitude. Is it coincident or not? For that, we have to dig a little bit deeper. The most important constants that are discovered until now are limited to around 26. And we have 3 pyramids on the Giza plateau. Also, we find 3 other major constants in Khufu, pi, phi, and e. So if you consider all these parameters, we find the probability of the claim to be a whopping 99.997%. The claim is not like Snopes says false. No, the claim is most probably true. But the African plate on which the pyramids are located moved over these thousands of years as well. In fact, all the crustal plates have been relatively steady since the last crustal deformation cycle stopped. The African plate rotated only some 0.0167 degrees over the last 4,500 years. And after we performed the math, we found that the numerical match with the speed of light has not this number as a match, but this number as a match. So the probability of the claim is actually declining. And when Giza will be around 12,500 years old, like many more serious researchers, the probability of the claim drops even further. In the most worst case scenario, the claim drops to 99.71%, which is still very high regarding the downsizing of the claim we have already done. Snopes is trying to keep, like a sort of gatekeeper, the paradigm of the establishment intact. Their claims have nothing to do with scientific research or scientific curiosity. The claim is most probably true, and this has many implications. These implications are hard to oversee at first glance. Many things like the meter, the speed of light, the second, the degree, the decimal system, the circumference of the Earth, and last but not least, global positioning up to 5 meters accurate, were already discovered before. And that is incredible. They are rediscovered throughout the last centuries by modern man. There was apparently a civilization before us that knew all these things already. We simply lost this knowledge and slowly gained this back.
In the world. And I think that has something to do with portals, and I think they were all laid out for a certain reason.
Yeah, because this whole CERN thing, they are trying to open up a portal to another dimension so that they can let these demonic entities in. You know, they can't get here by themselves. If the Earth is given to human beings and we are to have dominion and rule over it, then that means that nothing in the spiritual realm can happen unless humans give permission for it. That's one of those things where in the Illuminati and all these other 321 clubs and Skull and Bones, well, they have to announce what they're going to do before they do it. They're going to announce it so that if no one objects, then that means they have permission to do these things.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Simpson episode where they're with all these TV station network executives on the Simpsons, and they're showing that they're going to roll out a disease, and they got 2 guys kissing, and they really bash the NBC guy. I mean, they make it funny, but it's actually horrible what they're showing you. But
no, but it's truth. Yeah,
and it's the same concept. Saturday Night Live or any of these shows we use, that they get you laughing at abomination, sinful behavior, and they make you laugh at it. And the Will Ferrell's one of the best at it. Right. And they kind of do this, kind of homoerotic innuendos, and I'm not trying to, but sin is a sin, folks. I'm not hating on you if you're in that lifestyle, but it's not right. Just like if I'm out committing adultery with women all the time, it's not good.
Right.
Sin. So, not hating anybody, but we got to call it out, as well as me and Sean got to call ourselves out as far as our sin, any sin nature we need to get rid of.
Yep.
But yeah, the cabal is really good at using humor to kind of sugarcoat, make like it's okay to do this, and you have to have that full armor and discernment on and say, nope, that's wrong. It's not of Yahuwah, of his word. It's rebellion, just like Cain.
Yeah. So do you have any more Bible verses that talk about portals? I mean, the only one I really know is like Malachi 3:10. Be obedient and I'll open up the windows and dump blessings on you. Well, I pulled up 3 more verses just for quick reference. Psalm 78:23-24. Yet he gave a command to the skies above and opened the doors of heaven. He rained down manna for the people to eat. He gave them the grain of heaven. You see, the manna came through a portal to feed the people in the desert. Jacob's dream, Genesis 28, verses 10 through 18. Jacob left Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he came to a certain place and stayed there that night, because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you, and to your offspring. Your offspring shall be like the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. And in you and your offspring shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you, and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you, until I have done what I have promised you. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And he was afraid and said, How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Jesus calls Philip and Nathanael. John 1, verses 43 through 51. The next day, Jesus decided to set out for Galilee. Finding Philip, he told him, Follow me. Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the same town as Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and told him, We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, the one the prophets foretold, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Can anything good come from Nazareth? Nathanael asked. Come and see, said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, Here is a true Israelite, in whom there is no deceit. How do you know me? Nathanael asked. Jesus replied, Before Philip called you, I saw you under the fig tree. Rabbi, Nathanael answered, You are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Jesus said to him, Do you believe just because I told you I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these. Then he declared, Truly, truly, I tell you, you will all see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. So you have a portal there where angels can ascend and descend on Jesus. Yeah, no, there's definitely multi-dimensions out there. And so these portals are going to be doorways where these dimensions can cross back and forth. Right? So you have a supernatural coming into a natural realm. Just like Yahweh, he comes from the heavens, he comes to earth. Right? In the Old Testament, he's the angel of the Lord. In the New Testament, he's Yeshua. And then after the resurrection, Yeshua comes back. So he's able to walk in between dimensions. So why aren't these other entities able to just as well? You know, God says the gifts and callings are without repentance. So they have whatever they have when they were originally created. He's not going to take that stuff away from them. They're just using it for evil instead of good.
Yeah, and what a shame. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just mind-boggling to me how you could go away from Yahuwah and his love.
Right.
I mean, it just, that's the part that's really hard for me to understand. Why do they go away from it? And I think that's their greatest, the evil's one's greatest trick is to say, well, God doesn't want you to have all these things, just not have no fun or not have no joy. And, the only true joy is within him, being covered by him in his love.
Right.
All these fleshly things, whether you're the greatest athlete in the world or actor, whatever it is, it's nothing in comparison to having a relationship and being held by him. It's just like what you and I go through, as far as trying to make a living, trying to be a provider, trying to stay healthy, and doing it the right way. It's hard. It's super hard. And I just can't imagine, though, selling out and then knowing that, hey, okay, I've got it here, but when my time is up, I'm going to burn in hell eternally. And that's basically what you're going to do.
That's what they're choosing, yeah.
It's just, to me, that flesh can only survive so long in that. Okay? Right. There's going to come a time you're either going to choose him, life or death. Okay, then other things represented death to me.
Right.
Because it wasn't what he wanted. It was not his will. The flesh was tricked, and that's all that happens to people.
Yep. And if you can, rebel against your brother who you can see, then rebelling against somebody you can't see is even easier. John puts it this way: how can you say you love your brother who you do see? And wait a minute, how does he put it? How can you say you love God who you don't see and hate your brother who you do see?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But that's free will.
It's and it's tough, and you're getting back to the to the portals. We have to realize that people talk about mark the four corners. Go when you buy property, or if you even enter into a place. What was it? This lady said, you want to go in with your shalom aleichem, or I don't know if that's, there was some word that she used, but we want to walk with the Holy Spirit wherever we go. We want to bring down that portal from heaven to the territory that we live on.
Yes.
Because, the courts of heaven, if you own a home or renting, by that title, it's yours. It's that is your property to possess, and you can possess it with the Holy Spirit or demons.
What you just said just reminded me of the Lord's Prayer. That's a portal, right? Our Father who is in heaven, hallowed is your name, holy is your name. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah.
And you look at the places that are pagan or evil dwells, you can feel it.
Oh, definitely.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
When I was in El Paso and looking over that border that Ciudad Juarez, especially at night, it was just an eerie feeling. There's a lot of bloodshed there.
Yeah. When I used to travel in all these different states, I get a different feeling in every state. And I think it's because you've got the different principalities and powers that are over those regions, and they're going to run those regions according to their will.
Well, the Game of Thrones is telling you more than just being something you watch on
Right.
Netflix or whatever.
Right.
That's what it is. It's a Game of Thrones. Which what throne are you? Which one are you battling for? And you're talking about CERN. We know if you look up, it says where does Satan dwell in the Bible? Antipas. If you look up Antipas, it's Geneva, Switzerland, right where CERN's at.
Mm-hmm.
I think
and Switzerland is a neutral country, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't get into wars. It's the banking system of the world, right there. It's all the banking is centralized
World
there.
Health Health Organization. It's and there's more than that. There's a they're all centralized there, and it's a beautiful place. I mean, Switzerland. I mean,
right.
It's phenomenal looking. I mean, it's heavenly looking. One of the prettiest places in the world.
Yeah.
But when they did all those rituals for that CERN and that tunnel opening up, and it was just right in your face, a demonic ceremony.
Right.
If you didn't have discernment to do that right there, I mean, you need to check your faith.
Yeah, man.
You check,
Yeah, if you can't see that's evil there,
with.
or some of these things that Hollywood puts on, these concerts and all that stuff. If you can't see the evil influence in these stuff, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. So, well, cool.
I totally, parents, don't let your kids go to concerts. Don't do it.
No.
Be the one
or college.
That's different. Yeah, make them, learn some kind of trade, because college is just going to have a bunch of
all they're going to do is get indoctrinated into learning how to be a slave.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
But talking about portals, and trying to kind of stay on that. I mean, it's if people do their research and they look around and see these things, you cannot deny it.
Right.
There's a video. The pyramid in Vegas, the portals going up and down that light during when it was shut down during COVID. Those orbs going up and I've seen that happen, come over the sky before.
Right.
They were coming over, and if you put that little video in there, in with this, I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. Cool. I'm out of time.
All right, brother.
Love you guys.
Okay, I'll holler at you. Shalom, shalom.